And a good day, everyone. Today's Saturday, October the 3rd, 2020. Thank you so much for clicking play and checking out the tropical update with me today here at J7409 Weather. Before I even get started, I would like to say, no matter what your political affiliation is, everybody, please, you need to keep President Trump in your thoughts and prayers. Of course, we all know that he does have COVID, and last time I checked, 7 or 8 other people now had it. I know one of my senators have it, Thom Tillis. Everybody that seemed to be at the Rose Garden event are the ones that are coming down with it and testing positive. Now, I'm no doctor, but I do know enough about COVID that he's in the hospital now, and he's on 2 different medications, and one of them in the early stages over in China seemed to help, Rezavir, and of course he's on that cocktail. But our country's in enough trouble as it is with everyone divided. We don't need anything else going on right now. So please don't forget to keep him and the First Lady and all of the others. As I said, it's either 7 or 8. I'm not quite sure. Keep all these people. Keep your friends and your family in your thoughts and prayers. COVID is real. And please, whatever you do, take the precautions needed. Stay behind someone 6 feet or more. Wear your mask. This is not a joke, people. Please do what you're supposed to do. Now, on with the weather. My goodness gracious here. Look at what is going on. Over here, we have Gamma. Tropical Storm Gamma. This right here, well, it looks like it probably is going to form. There's a lot of questions about it, and I'll get to all that in a moment. But if it does form, it's going to be Delta. And then over here, we have Epsilon, and this would be Zeta. Can you believe that? Now, these two, I don't think they're going to do a whole lot because of strong upper-level winds. There's a huge high right here, and the strong upper-level winds, I think, is going to stop these from forming into anything. We're going to watch them. Don't worry. I just wanted to throw that in there. If they are named, they would be Epsilon and Zeta. Now, this, of course, Gamma, this probably will try to form, or it may form all together right now. Still a little far out to tell, but it should be Delta. We'll turn the map on right quick for the satellite, and you can see now Gamma has intensified. Her winds this morning are up to 65 miles per hour, and it looks like Gamma is probably going to turn northward as it tries to recurve into a break in the subtropical ridge caused by the mid-latitude trough over the eastern United States. Remember, I told you about that trough a couple of days ago and the jet stream and what it was going to do. Now, it looks like that trough that I showed you will bypass the tropical cyclone with a ridge building to the north of it. Now, this should cause Gamma to turn westward or southwestward between the ridge and the Central American gyre to the south, which you can see this gyre right in here, not the center of circulation, but these little clouds are that separate. These are gyres. Like, look down in this system right here, all kinds of them. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, those are the gyres, okay? Now, there's some uncertainty as whether Gamma will move over the Gulf of Mexico before this turn occurs. Now, some of the models are showing different things. So far as the intensity, though, uncertain is kind of It's kind of uncertain due to the possibility of the land interaction. Now, dry air entrainment, shear, and possible interaction with another system to the east, which would be Delta. It's kind of like they're going to dance around a little bit. All of this is like, the intensity looking like there could be some more adjustments. So, strengthening if Gamma emerges into the Gulf of Mexico, that's going to make it different. Of course, it may intensify some more, but it is going to run into these options that I was telling you about. There's going to be some shear wind, a little bit of dry air, and we got to keep our eyes to see what this system, which should turn into Delta, does to affect this system. Lots of different things are going on. Now, several of the models show the low pressure over the northern Gulf of Mexico. Right here, it should be over the northern Gulf of Mexico, probably in about 120 hours. So that's like 5 days from now. Whether this will be Gamma or a new system is unclear at this time. Had a coughing spell, folks. Excuse me. Now, all of this is unclear at this time because we got to wait and see what happens here. But from the models that I have seen and gone through, I have seen where it looks like they kind of dance around. And from the National Hurricane Center, it's like they're not for sure if the new system in the Gulf of Mexico will be Gamma or a brand new system. Well, I think Gamma's going to go ahead and come up and go down. I think it will be going into Mexico. We'll have to wait and see because a lot of different things still depend on this. But I think this system may come up in the Gulf also, and it will be named Delta. Now, it's looking like no matter what, Gamma will have heavy rain that could result in flash flooding in portions of the Yucatan Peninsula, far western Cuba, and well away from the center, the Mexican states, some of the northern Mexican states, also of Mexico. So, let's go over to the National Hurricane Center right quick and see what they have to say. Here we go from the National Hurricane Center. Gamma. Let's get to Gamma. The winds are 65 miles per hour. The minimum central pressure is 987 millibars. It's located 19.7 north, 87.2 west. It's moving northwest at 9 miles per hour. Then we have disturbance number 1. This tropical wave is producing widespread cloudiness, showers, and thunderstorms over the eastern and central Caribbean Sea, with locally heavy rainfall and some gusty winds affecting portions of the ABC Islands, the Lesser Antilles, the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and portions of the coast of Colombia and Venezuela. Now, it's looking like all the environmental conditions are expected to become a little more conducive for development, and a tropical depression could form next week while this system moves west or west-northwestward at around 15 miles per hour across the central and western Caribbean Sea, then into the southern Gulf of Mexico. 2 days, 20%, 5 days, 50% chance of forming. Now, disturbance number 2. This is just a tropical wave. It's over the central tropical Atlantic. It's got some disorganized showers and thunderstorms, and it's expected to move toward the west-northwest or northwest at around 10 to 15 miles per hour. There is a little bit of some development possible during the next couple of days, but it should be encountering those strong upper-level winds that I was talking about earlier. 2 days, 5 days, 20% chance of forming. And then we have disturbance number 3. This is just a bunch, as you saw on the satellite map data there. Disorganized showers and thunderstorms. It's over the central Atlantic, and it's more than 1,000 miles east-southeast of Bermuda. Now, it's associated with a surface trough of low pressure, and some slow development of the system is possible during the next couple of days. but it is going to encounter those strong upper level winds also. And in 2 days and 5 days, a 10% chance of forming. Before we continue, I want to say thank you so much for all my new subscribers. Thank you for all my regular subscribers. I love each and every one of you. You know I do. If you're into the weather, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Click that bell and make sure you check off all. If you don't check off all, you won't receive my weather video and news about watches, warnings, any severe weather that may be coming your way. Thank you so much for subscribing. Now, as we move right along, I want to throw this in right quick for those of you who have missed it. I posted it earlier, but this is the Greek alphabet storm names for 2020. We have had Alpha, we have had Beta, now we have Gamma. The next, as I said earlier, will be Delta, Epsilon, and Zeta. So this is a quick check of the names. We're going through these names pretty fast too, folks. This is something else for this 2020 hurricane season. As we look at the tracking map from the National Hurricane Center, you can see that Gamma is right in here this morning. We do have a tropical storm watch up just south of the location of where it's at, but tropical storm warnings are in effect where the blue is. The yellow is watches, as you can see, looking like it should remain a tropical storm at this point as it curves back around and starts to come over portions of Mexico. We'll have to wait and see exactly where it comes in. I think things are just a little uncertain from the National Hurricane Center right now, but this is the general idea and a pretty good idea of where it will go. I don't think that Gamma is going to be a threat to any of the Gulf Coast states at this time. On the discussion outlook right quickly, a turn to the north is expected tomorrow, Sunday, followed by a turn to the west or west-southwest tomorrow night or Monday. Now, it's looking like the center of Gamma should move inland over the eastern Yucatan Peninsula later today and near the north coast of the Yucatan Peninsula tomorrow. Reports from the Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft indicate maximum sustained winds have increased to near 65 miles per hour, and some slight additional strengthening is possible before Gamma makes landfall on the Yucatan Peninsula today. After landfall, weakening, of course, is expected. Now, the tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 80 miles, and the pressure is 29.15 inches. Hazards affecting land: 4 to 8 inches across portions of the Yucatan Peninsula and far western Cuba, with maximum rainfall amounts as high as 10 to 15, possible across the northeastern portion of the Mexican states, as you see, especially the Quintana Roo state. Now, this rain could, of course, produce flash flooding. Got to be aware. Not only that, but mudslides, landslides, and all of that. Now, a separate area of significant rain is expected to develop well away from the center of the Mexican states. Some of these places could reach 20 inches of rain, and 1 to 3 with a maximum of 5 is expected in the Bay Islands of Honduras and over the Cayman Islands. So, this is what it's looking like for you guys. Watches and warnings, please click show more. I will have them all right there for you. Now, I have looked at so many models, people, and I'm going to show them to you sometime, but not in this video. But we're just going to look at the European model for right now. Here we go with Gamma right here. Here is what may be and looks like possibly could become Delta. Here's the disturbance number 2 and 3 over here. You can see they're very, very nothing right now. It's just rain in these 2 areas here, folks. And I have this set on rain, not wind right now. We'll click it to Sunday around 2 p.m. You can see that Gamma is going over land, looking like making landfall here. That should take it down a whole lot in its strength and make it weaken. Now, I've turned this on. You can see the timestamp down at the bottom. I want you to watch something. Now, this is still Gamma, but this is when this low does try to start to form. Get a little bit of vorticity. You can see a little bit of rotation, not a whole lot. But one thing for sure, Jamaica, my friends in Jamaica, you guys will get rain out of this second system. Now, there may be a little bit of wind, but I don't think it's going to be strong enough that you can't handle, okay? Now, by the time late Monday, Tuesday gets here, this thing gets a little bit more organized. Remember how I told you they were going to kind of dance around? Well, they are, as you can see. Now, this is going to go over. This is Gamma. Remember, the National Hurricane Center is saying they're not quite sure if it's going to be Gamma or the other system. Well, Gamma's looking like it's going to go down into Mexico as their tracking map has forecast. This is the other system to watch. So it's looking like that Delta may form. It may not. I think it probably will, and move up into the Gulf. Now I'm going to turn this off in just a second, and I'm going to run it on up, say, to next Friday around 10 p.m. in the evening. Now, this is not Gamma. This is the new system right in here, trying to get organized. We'll move up to a week from today, Saturday. Here it is again, bringing rain, getting really close to Florida here. Let's put the wind on right quick. Sustained winds, wind gusts. Got some wind gust in it indeed, as you can see right here. 39 KT. We'll put that in mile per hour for you folks. Here we go, 45 miles per hour. So that is well past tropical storm gust winds. Now we'll move it on up to Sunday, excuse me, next Sunday around 5 p.m. Still looking like just a low pressure. There's no isobars around it, just looking like a very tough low pressure system. And by Monday the 12th, it looks like it has come down in strength, maybe disintegrated some, but the most of it is still going to be going up, looking like on the coast of Florida or the Florida Panhandle, maybe down around the panhandles of Mississippi or Alabama. What we need to do, watch this system. Watch it, folks. We have to keep our eyes on it, so stay up on it, because you know how things change dramatically. And that's a check of the tropical outlook. I'll keep my eyes out for everybody so far as the island chains go. Everybody in the Gulf Coast states and the East Coast states, you can see by midweek, look at here, we got a huge low pressure that's going to be coming off the coast, and it has winds in it too, but it's well out to sea. But when it comes to these tropical systems, right in this area right here, right now is a very good place for them to develop. When Teddy went through, remember Teddy? Category 4, man, it was so strong, it upwelled the cooler waters of the ocean. I mean, it just went down deep and brought up cooler water oceans. And that made the temperature, of course, in these areas up here a little cooler. So, right now, with this huge high pressure that's going on right here and the cooler waters up in this area, long as these things go up and like come maybe west and pull north, I don't think anything will develop out of them. There is a lot of wind shear in these areas now, but we have to watch Gamma. We have to watch, let's put it back to where Gamma is for today. This is around 7 p.m. this evening. We have to watch Gamma. This system right here, you can see it's a little teeny low this afternoon with the pressure of 29.76. It is probably going to try to form. It probably will form, and we need to keep our eyes open because it could move up and come over this way. That's a check of your tropical update. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. I thank you for everything you do for me. Have a good day, a safe day, a blessed day, and much peace, love, and kindness to each and every one of you. Thank you for watching.